into the papers now, see what the headlines across Nigeria is on various papers this morning. I have with me in the studio chartered accountant and public affairs analyst Sesan Okunade and broadcast journalist and TV host Yinka Kenny. Good morning and nice to see you.
It's a pleasure.
It's good to have you debut on the paper review this morning on this corner. It's really nice.
Something different.
Yeah, my colleague in the business. Really good. Sesan, nice to see you too.
Thank God it's Friday, man.
Yeah, thank God it's Friday. Yeah. Let's start from the Nation newspaper. The Nation newspaper is talking about Amotekun. Fire me saying Amotekun aligns with Buhari's security vision. That's what he says there. There is room for operational change. Talks on over controversy, says Akonde. All right. The Amotekun controversy is still on the front burner. The Vanguard newspaper is next now, and Mieti Allah to Southwest, quoted as saying, dump Amotekun or lose 2023 presidency. And it says it will be used against innocent herders. It's Nnamdi Kanu's wing in the Southwest. That's what they're saying. And to hell with their presidency. Afenifere is saying this, and they should go to blazes. Ayo. Debanjo. All right, it's still a back and forth thing now, and a lot of people are saying, oh, this has gone beyond the illegal issues. Now it's holy politics, but it's okay. Those are just comments. Now, Dailies' son is the next. Now he says Imo Guba is focusing on the fallout of the governorship election. Supreme Court judgment clear coup. That's a PDP is saying this, and says the party has lost confidence in the CJN. Enjoy your cry while we enjoy our celebration. The APC is saying this. All right, from the Daily Sun, let's go to The Guardian. The Guardian newspaper said, resign now, PDP tells the CJN as the Chief Justice of Nigeria. Asks him, colleagues to recuse themselves from Guba cases and warns Supreme Court against anarchy compromised by executive. And the APC knocks opposition party over selective praise of Apex Court. All right. Still much ripples and reaction from the Supreme Court judgment on the Imo governorship election. Okay. Gentlemen, in the media, there is no lady, so it's just
a woman, everybody's men.
Okay. Let's get into this Amotekun. The dimension this is taking now. A lot of Nigerians are not comfortable with the dimension the issue of Amotekun is going. A lot of people have said that, well, there's nothing new really about Amotekun. The issue there is security outfits. Many states, more than 20 states, have the security agencies so far. So if 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 states come together to say, okay, let us metamorphose into something regional, now what is wrong about it? Well, it seems not everyone is taking it the way it is. Sesan, let me start with you on this.
Mike, on this issue of Amotekun, my position has been the reaction of the AGF was politically motivated. Okay. If you look at it, in our local areas where we all have vigilante. I remember vividly at a point
but
in time.
But Amotekun is not a vigilante, is it?
It's a security outfit.
Okay.
Like a vigilante group. Okay. What they are out there is not to do anything than to protect the citizen. You see, the noise for it is just that the Southwest governor have decided to formalize things and make the whole world know that this is part of our dividend we've promised our people to secure their lives.
All right. Like we have 21st century vigilante.
Of course, make it techy.
Tech vigilante.
Tech your vigilante. That's what they've tried to do. Right. But there's nothing strange in it. We have the neighborhood watch already in Lagos that has been doing those. I remember vividly those days where I was staying. It was terror for us. I never know where someone would now ask us to take permission, even from the local government or the state government. But at the time, more than 5 cars were snatched from my estate while the guy was going out in the morning. And all the landlords had to say, see, we have to take the bull by the horn and engage the security people that will protect our lives. For like 3 weeks, we were having sleepless nights. We were rotating it. I was one of the security guys there. But we were like, we don't have anything to protect ourselves before we got the security people that were securing us. So if the governor, who is the CSO, we were part of it because I was part of the CDA executive. And we felt it's our obligation to protect the people that we lead. So we took it upon ourselves and had to look at some outfit that can protect us. And Mike, for like a year, our area was no-go area. These guys were not using ammunition, and like some people will say, that's not part of the security field, but they protected themselves. They were just 3. And you dare not come to my estate.
And this was supposed to be originally the responsibility of the government, not
where do we have the
CBS
police?
Executive.
Police that you will call and they will tell you there is no fuel in their vehicle to come and get things sorted out. So I don't know why.
I know you've been following the Amotekun metamorphosis, especially when the controversy on how the discussions have been going back and forth. The North Central governors, in fact, specifically the governor of Plateau State, is saying, well, this Amotekun is a good thing. That it seems we have to imbibe something from there for the North Central. But the comment also credited to Governor Umahi of Ebonyi State said that Amotekun was originally our idea. The Southwest stole it from us. You know, what do you make of all of this when it comes to, the way to go when it comes to security?
Oh, well, I want to say that I want to give a layman analysis here. It's just like in a family where the father is supposed to be the breadwinner, and at some point he begins to lag in his
capacity
to provide for the home. He's trying his best. Let's give it to him. He's going from pillar to pole to try to bring food to the table, but the food is just not coming. And the first child in the home goes out on a particular day, sees an opportunity, he grabs it, and he gets income, brings food to the house. And the father sits back to say that, why would you not come and inform me before
you went out to bring bread?
To bring money for us to eat.
And he's like, my siblings are hungry, they are crying. And I saw an opportunity out there. I didn't have to come to you for a permission to do this.
So long as the family benefits.
That's it.
Wow.
So that is a win-win thing. I feel that there should be a sort of synergy. I feel that we should get to a level in this country where our political leaders stop playing politics with everything. Because in this,
you think this is politics? The dimension is going now is politics.
It is. If you see the other
I feel it is because it's like, you didn't inform me. This is supposed to pass through me. You just went ahead. Okay, well, whichever way.
But the Southwest governors
always come to the draw table and then go about it whichever way, and let it be a win-win situation.
Yeah, well, the Southwest governor said they went through, the president was aware, in fact, the national security advisor gave them the go-ahead. They had discussed this issue and all of that. And if that is done,
and the Attorney General is saying a different thing.
So what do you think, Sesan, when it comes to the issue of disjointedness within the system somewhere? Because if members of the same government are saying different things.
Mike, it's really exhibiting the caliber of people we have at the helm of affairs. When this program started, I saw IG being part of the plan. The security advisor to Oyo State Governor was an ex-police officer who served in Lagos. If you're talking of the Lagos part, the governor of Ondo State, Akeredolu, is a son. We have guys who have the knowledge of all those things. So having a disjointed thing, they carried you along. But this is my personal view. Is exhibited. Malami has spoken. We have the Northerners giving a consent this morning. Drop Amotekun or you lose 2023.
Yeah.
So you can now see that the guy has only come out to display what they told him at the back end without even seeking approval from the person that engaged him, who is the president. And it's quite disheartening at this point that the presidency is not speaking. I think a word should come from them, either to calm him down. He has thrown the bomb and he has gone to bed. And it's creating confusion. We cannot avail, for me, security is the first thing, because when you are secure, you can come out and do business. Then you can talk of the economic viability of a state, of a nation.
All right, Kenny, like Sesan just said now, some people are saying, comments from different people, non-state actors in an issue like this sometimes can throw spanner in the works. Do you think it is important for the president to make any comments on this?
Well, let me take us back to the case of Shure. Any comment and every comment could be tagged as hate speech now.
Yeah.
So any comments that could trigger things or make things worse or not bring things together, I feel should be tagged as hate speech. Right. So if the federal government could, there should be no sieving here. You know, if I say something that, you know, for crying out loud, we're talking about presidency in 2023 here. We are making it sound as if, yes, this presidency, we are in charge. We call the shots. Yeah. So if we say,
decide
I will decide who goes in there.
Okay.
For crying out loud, we are in a democracy. Nobody is a boss to anybody.
All right.
So I feel that that statement was just too much for him.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Yinka Kenny. Let's leave it here now. It's quite interesting. I like the analogy of you know, the father and the son. Sesan Okunade, thank you so much.
Look at stories making the headlines in Nigerian newspapers. I have with me in the studio chartered accountant and public affairs analyst Sesan Okunade and social commentator Smart Apejoye. Good morning, gentlemen. Thank you for joining us on TVC Breakfast.
Morning.
Good morning. And thank God it's Friday.
Thank God it's Friday. All right, gentlemen, let's head straight to the papers now. And I begin with the blueprint. 20,000 megawatts target shaky as national grid collapses. Abuja, Niger, Kwara, Kaduna, Lagos, others affected. Supply restored to Abuja, affected states, TCN. To the front page of the Daily Trust. 17th Daily Trust Dialogue, Nigerians not happy, Uyegun. How to get it right, Sambo, Shetima, Fayemi, others. And the front page of the Daily Times, Amotekun not in competition with existing security outfits, Fayemi, as Yoruba leaders call for synergy among regional security outfits. Let go of Amotekun, produced president in 2023, Mieti Allah tells Southwest. Interesting. Well, to the front page of News Direct, federal government targets 97 naira per litre with CNG, says no more fuel scarcity to pass PIB before May the 29th. All right, to the front page of the Nation newspaper now, Fayemi, Amotekun aligns with Buhari's security vision. There is room for operational change. Talks on over controversy, says Akunde. And finally, on the front page of the Punch newspaper, NBA faults AGF. Fayemi says security agencies partnered governors on Amotekun. Don't be too legalistic about security of lives, property, lawyers tell Malami. IPOB will support operation with 1 million Biafrans, says Nnamdi Kanu. Interesting perspective to the Amotekun story here this morning. But then, gentlemen, I'd like for us to look at the situation rather, with our electricity, and that's on the front page of the blueprint. We have had a national grid collapse, the first in 2020. And questions have arisen, despite all of the investments and all the things that we have been trying to do. Yet 2020, we had a vision 2020, yet we are now in 2020 and we're still having issues with electricity, challenges, still talking about grid collapse. I wonder how this comes to you, Sesan. I'll start with you, what this issue of electricity has become.
Vero, thank you very much. When you talk about this electricity, it's what is so worrisome to us, because it's one of the hub for economic development. Absolutely. One of the primary things. Because we don't have electricity, the so-called artisans that can contribute from the informal sector to make the economic growth are now on the road, riding bike and receiving quick, swift whatever to death, because exposure to some of these things are. We've had series of grid collapse. What is responsible from the technical aspect? It's when what you are supposed to supply, what you generate is not distributed out there. It becomes a problem for the system because certain threshold is being set for you to push out to balance the grid. But situation where such is not done, it becomes a problem on the system and it gets collapsed and it needs to come up again. What is responsible? The disco at the end result to get this thing from
They keep
TCN.
rejecting
And they are not ready to get some of these things because it's difficult for them to recoup them. And what is responsible? We have cobwebs, no good network to transmit some of these things to the end users. Also, there is no proper measure of what they are, and the people are not willing to pay for what they are getting. An average person... They are not
willing to pay, or it is a matter of not getting value for money?
See, let me tell you, people clamor for prepaid meter.
Of course.
And we all need this prepaid meter. But we have seen instances where people get prepaid and discover that what they are paying with the prepaid meter is far more than what they are getting with the estimated billing. So really? It becomes a problem. Yes, we've seen certain instances like that, severally, that have actually said, no, this day it seems the prepaid is running very fast. But it's not fast, it's just the aspect of it. But the disco has not done what they are supposed to do. If you have a good network for you to be able to trace some of this problem, you're able to nip it on the board. And they've not invested the way we expect them to do. If you give room for these current transformers that we have in our locality to receive 24-hour supply, it will explode. Because these are transformers that we've gotten for years. In the last 10 years, there have not been serious investment in this sector. And we will continue to experience
serious investment? The government has been pumping in billions.
How many transformers have they put in your area that you can call the new one?
I haven't seen anything.
Because nobody is monitoring some of those things.
Are we really sincere in our trying to revive this sector?
What we have been hearing is that some of the money being pumped in goes into the GENCO and the TCN. And the people at the last resort are not getting anything. We expect the investors to get their money in. So we need to monitor whatever investment we put in place to make sure that what we ask them to use the money for are being used.
And that is where the question of transparency comes to play a smart.
It's not only in power sector, but you know, it's
no, but that is what our focus is right now.
Well, it's it is sad that for the 11th time, our national grid has collapsed. My bone of contention is it that deliberately, we don't have leaders in Nigeria, but our rulers, is it that deliberately these rulers, they are set just to punish the people, the masses? Because I can't imagine that at this present 21st century, you see, the issue of energy is still on the exclusive list of Mr. President. For goodness sake, decentralize. Let every state that can generate, distribute, do so on their own, and pay royalty to the government. Why must we be looking at
people have been making this call to the government?
Why must we concentrate all? You see, there's this one say, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
In one basket.
Why must we keep putting all our eggs in one basket? In this country? You see, it is so sad.
Other worlds have moved from all of these things.
These are mundane issues. Mundane issues that should not be even discussing. Now somebody wants to campaign. We say if we come in 2023,
we'll give you power.
Like, is it sensible at all that we are still discussing this at this present point in time? Look, as far as I'm concerned, I think Nigeria, we are in for it because of the fact that we Nigerians, we have refused.
We're in for it?
Yes, we are in for it because if we have refused to do the right thing.
What is the right thing that we have refused to do? The right thing is that the Nigerians must take a decision that, look, for once, everybody must have his PVC. Everybody, during this thing, vote for the person that you think, vote for the party that you think can take you, can alleviate your suffering. Because it's just so much that at this, look, the weather is extremely so bad, and national grid is collapsing. You cannot even buy the cost of cost of petrol is so high. How many people can afford it? Most of these people that live in face your house, with that they will have to lock their windows, do everything, and there is no light to even power the fan. I mean, this suffering is too much. So
is it that they cannot find
solutions
has to
be done, obviously.
The only thing they can do is that, for goodness sake, let them decentralize this issue of power.
That's the only solution.
If they decentralize it, you see, some states, first, let's come to this thing. Sometime in, was it in 2001, we have Enroy. Enroy was going to generate 220 megawatts, which could have been enough for Lagos. Let other states do the same. Let other states do the same thing. If we have done that, by now would have moved forward. You see, even sit back and look at it. Is there anything presently that you as a Nigerian can just say, oh, thank God I'm enjoying this? You can't even look at it.
Is decentralizing the only solution, Sesan?
Yeah, I'll go the path of smart. You see, even for the disco, we've made advocates that you can decentralize the collection of your bill and allow people to invest, give them coverage area.
Yeah.
Vero, if I stay in your vicinity, and I know it's my responsibility to provide supply of what I'm getting from the disco to you, there is no how you will bypass the meter. Because, see, majority of the things you're saying are being bypassed because the people just want to shunt and do whatever they are. But when you have people that, like they are saying in security, let's have a close monitoring even on the power. So that when you give me 1-2 transformer and I know I'm responsible for the management, leave the so-called staff of those disco. I am a businessman. This is what you're selling to me, and this is what the regulators are putting in place that I must give to the people. I'll put my investment and monitor. Then people can get value for money.
And then if you decide to increase the
because
VAT,
what we get every day is that people will just go and say they've complained to you are staying here and you have to travel 5 kilometers to go and complain about a problem that you are facing on your electricity. But if you have a very close rate, you can get close to the people and we can get value for it. This will continue because the discos are not willing to take more.
The discos, they are dancing disco. So let us leave it there.
Blueprint is where we start from. 20,000 megawatt target shaky as national grid collapses. Now, Abuja, Niger, Kwara, Kaduna, Lagos, others affected. And supply restored to Abuja, affected states. TCN is saying this. Okay. All right, from there, let's go to the Daily Trust. From the 17th Daily Trust Dialogue, Nigerians not happy. Apejoye, former chairman of APC, is saying this, as he was also one-time chairman of Edo State. How to get it right? Sambo, Shetima, Fayemi, others speak on all of the issues. Okay, certainly, I know my guests will be interested in this dimension right now. Okay, from there, let's go to Daily Times. Daily Times says, Amotekun not in competition with existing security outfits. Fayemi is giving insight into this as Yoruba leaders call for synergy among regional security outfits. Let's go of Amotekun, produced president in 2023, Mieti Allah tells Southwest. Okay, certainly more controversies there. News Direct is next now. Federal government targets 97 naira per litre with CNG. CNG is the compressed natural gas. It says no more fuel scarcity to pass PIB before May 29. All right. Promises, and Nigerians wait to see how it plays out. The Nation newspaper is next now. Fayemi is saying Amotekun aligns with Buhari's security vision. There is room for operational change and talks on over controversy, says Akonde. All right, and then the Punch newspaper is the last one we're looking at right now, and it says MBA faults the AGF. Fayemi says security agencies partnered governors on Amotekun. And don't be too legalistic about security of lives, lawyers tell Malami. And IPOB will support operation with 1 million Biafran, says Nnamdi Kanu. Does IPOB still exist? It's okay. Well, that's what you see on the front page of the Punch newspaper. Now, let's, gentlemen, the story on Daily Trust, where former chairman of the ruling party, Apejoye, is saying that Nigerians are not happy. He was delivering a speech at the 17th Daily Trust Dialogue, where eminent Nigerians came together to talk about some of the challenges and way forward and where we are right now and how we can get it right. And part of what he was saying was that Nigerians have not been happy, and for every extra administration from 1999 until now, they get unhappier or they get sadder, as the case may be. Let me start with you, Smart, on this.
Well, for once, he spoke for me.
Okay. For once?
He spoke for me. First, again, let me quickly say, if Oyegun is still the sitting chairman of APC, he won't say that.
Oh, you think so?
Yes.
Okay.
He won't say that. Because Oshiomhole will not say that.
Okay.
Even though, and it's not that he knows that, he does not know that Nigerians are not happy. Now, let me ask, for once, are we happy? Me, as a Nigerian, I'm not happy.
Okay.
I'm not happy that we still have a high rate of children out of school. I'm not happy that our security system is still in the hands of our pastors. It's in the hands of our pastors because at any time you want to travel now, you go and meet your pastor to pray for you, to see if the road will be clear or not. I'm not happy. I'm not happy that our educational system is now in the hands of God, that you go and pray that your child gets admission into the university, that you now, if you cannot afford private university, I'm not happy that to even build a house now, you will start praying for God for miracle, for divine breakthrough, to have money to buy land and build house. I am not happy for anything you can talk about as a Nigerian. So he has spoke my mind. I am not happy. Okay. And the simple truth why I'm not happy is because we have failed leadership. The leadership didn't just fail now. It has been there. That is why, again,
the trends have been there.
The trends has been there. It is not, because the fact is that at every point in time that when you are leaving a huge backlog of jobs to be done for the incoming one. That is why sometimes we see the present one as not competent, as not performing, because he has inherited so much liability with perhaps no assets. But does that mean that they cannot fashion a way out, they cannot get a way out of it? They could. I keep saying, as far as I'm concerned, Obasanjo did something, and which I will always say. When Obasanjo came in, he came in with technocrats. Those technocrats came up and they set an agenda. They said, look, we want to have a national health insurance that will work. The national health insurance, within a very short time, were able to capture almost about 250,000 Nigerians, and it was supposed to go down to the local government. It did not work again. Are they still working now? The only thing you see now that they are doing deductions, and they are not really. It's not really effective. It's not efficient. Talk to them, they will tell you they know. It's not that they don't know. They are just being wicked because they know if Nigerians have some comfort, they will not. It will disturb them.
Okay, it's a whole lot of thing, I must say. But Sesan, from your own angle, Smart say he's not happy. But you are smiling very much.
Sesan is very happy.
You see, Fela said something: suffering
and smiling.
That is what we have in this country.
And Nigerians used to be the happiest people in the world.
No, because you see, the things that are trending say happiness is free. Because you see, they will tell you, I can't kill myself. Allow me to fly. If you think about the problem, like Smart has enumerated it, before you know it, you have IBP, you kill yourself, and they will just trample on you and move on with life. Sincerely speaking, this that is coming out of Oyegun, what are the things that while he was the chairman of the ruling party and they were there ruling us, what are the landmarks that he left that we can say, sir, as at the time you were there, you knew quite all right that we are not happy, but these are the footprints that we can see that you put in place. He was part of them. He's out of it now because he's not happy. He's speaking on our behalf.
So are you saying he's not in the right position to tell?
Not from him. We should hear from people that have not been part of this failure that we are selling ourselves.
But is it not good that somebody who has been in the system is saying it so that everybody can bond and relate with what
rather than relating that to us, he should relate it to the people. He's been there. You see, the way we operate.
He's still there.
Yeah, he's like the past chairman of the party. So you should form and tell, guys, these are not the things we promised the people. Don't come and tell us. Tell them and highlight some of the things you have seen to move us forward. We are not happy. Nobody is happy. We don't have electric. Look at trial yesterday. The weather is very harsh, and there was collapse in the electricity system. So you see people. Do you know the effect of this? So many sickness will come up because of this heat.
Meningitis.
You understand? The season where we are, we should be facing Harmattan. But it seems even the government have taken the weather away from us and start creating it. We are not happy, and everybody knows that.
It's okay. But you've been smiling very well, and
we are only following philosophy.
All right, Smart. The point there is, at fora like this and so on, it seems all Nigerians know what the problems are. They know what the solutions are. They know how to always get to this to the final destination. But the difference is knowing it and analyzing it, and then nothing still happens. It seems everybody really knows what the problem is.
It is wickedness in the first place because they know if Nigerians have good electricity, good roads, good water, public schools that is functioning, a functioning public school, security. Now, it will be difficult for them now to come out and campaign and say, we will give you this. Okay. So there will be so it is because of the fact that they always want to say, if you elect me as the president of Nigeria, I will complete Lagos-Ibadan Express Road within 1 year.
It becomes a campaign.
So it becomes a campaign policy.
Okay.
That I will make sure that public primary school, like we have a functioning public primary school. Okay. So elect me. So they've planned it in such a way that they will have campaign promises.
All right.
It is just wickedness.
While other countries are talking about science and technology, getting to the moon, we're still campaigning with the same things. Obafemi Awolowo campaigned with Nnamdi Azikiwe, and Sardauna campaign with in the 1960s.
So you can imagine.
All right. Thank you very much, Smart Apejoye, for coming on.
Please, I will try and get Fela music so that I can smile because they say happiness is free.
All right. Thank you very much, gentlemen. All right. You're watching TVC Breakfast. We are streaming live on YouTube. You can also connect with us on Twitter using the hashtag TVC Breakfast.